All right, hello and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast.
Man, this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Let's go.
That's right. Welcome into Swing It and Ding It. This is Moose along with Mays and Matthews on this Live in Memoriam episode. Harry Mays, we'd like to thank them for participating at this point because it looks like the money has dried out for the guys.
Yeah, apparently
we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
We are sponsored by Buy My Balls. We'll see the course, of course, with Harry Mays for a place that's has some great history and it's back on the tour in Miami. We'll also see the line with our friends at Betparx. But we have a phenomenal guest tonight. We're very excited about this episode.
Yeah.
The great Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent, in my mind, one of the originators of golf content comedy in social media, paved the way for a lot of these young folks in there. And Jake, welcome to Swing It and Ding It, man. Excited to talk to you tonight.
Thank you for having me. It was a dream as a young boy to be on this podcast.
Making dreams come true.
I read that in your bio, the extensive research we do here on the program. But Jake, we like to start with the golf journey, and yours is about as interesting as it comes. I believe from Boston originally, but just walk us through your start in the game and kind of where it's taken you up till now.
Started when I was 9 years old. It was a way to have independence as a kid, to get away from my family. And, you get dropped off at 7 a.m. in the morning and you have $20 in your pocket and you gamble for $20. So you either eat well that day and, get a Coke or you got to go find balls in the woods and try to sell them. I would do that every single day of my life, all the way through high school. So became obsessed with the game, caddied. And then I went to college and continued to caddy and started doing stand-up comedy. But there was no crossover whatsoever. So you would talk about golf on stage and people would be even more quiet than they usually are when I was up there. It's probably why I retired. But I knew that there was people out there like me who like to go out and, enjoy their game in their own way, show some independence, some, individuality when you're out there. And whether that be listening to music or untucking your shirt or whatever that is to make you feel comfortable in your own skin at a country club. Took to the internet and social media to find that audience through comedy and satire. And, that's how
found a band of brothers to do it with.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So
you briefly mentioned that you caddied, but if that intense research that we did as a team was correct, it did say that you caddied at a few clubs, maybe like Bel Air, Wilshire Country Club. Is that accurate?
Yeah, you did some good research there.
Bel Air, not too many people get the privilege of playing there, but
yeah,
I heard is there a tunnel there? So supposedly the golf cart was created at Bel Air, and there's a tunnel that was like rumored to be created for just the exact specs of the perfect dimensions of a golf cart. Is that cool or is that true? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I think the tunnel came first, and the story is that the golf cart was made in that size to fit through the tunnel.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. I was doing some research on it and then that just popped up and I'm like, wait, what is this? I was like, maybe he knows about this tunnel if he's caddied there, and tell us some, additional history on that. Pretty cool. Any stories out of Bel Air or Wilshire, anything that you have for us?
Nothing crazy. I mean, I've caddied for some cool people out there, but I really tried to just kind of tone out my day and get through it because at the time I was staying up late doing stand-up and then would wake up at 5 or 6 to go caddy. So I feel like I was a pretty good caddy, but like I was just like, would quickly forget everything that happened and just kind of move on with my day.
Yeah. I mean, stand-up's an interesting endeavor, man. I mean, I've thought about doing it several times. I've written stuff up to go up there and I just never had the balls to go do it. But talk to us about like first tee jitters compared to going up on an open mic night, to be a stand-up guy where nobody knows who you are. They say your name and they're like, people are like, yeah, who cares? Like going out there to drop your first joke versus like first tee jitters?
Well, I think it really just comes down to like how prepared you are. Same thing with golf too. Like, if you put in all the work, then there's might not be as nervous on the first tee. Um, but I think I would get more nervous for sure playing like in front of a big crowd doing on a first tee than I would doing stand up, because
Yeah.
I was also just like delusionally confident that I could be good at that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we want to talk about the Matzah Ball Tournament because that is in our area. One of our favorite places, Green Valley, probably the place where I've played my second most rounds. My brother-in-law is a member there. I married a nice Jewish girl, Jake, so I experience Green Valley quite often. And we also want to talk about the YouTube channel that you're starting to make sure people get on there because you put out great stuff. But I want to talk specifically about Country Club Adjacent and kind of when you guys knew you had something, right? I'm sure you've tried some different things. When did you realize, like, man, this is catching on, and we're people. This is resonating with people.
Yeah, I appreciate it. When I started, I really kind of understood the scope of what was going on within the golf industry, and there weren't really any comedic voices when I started in golf. Obviously, the history is Bob Hope and Bill Murray and people like that, but during my generation there wasn't really that, and the closest people to were the foreplay guys who now are good friends, but I came from the stand-up background, and I saw what they were doing. They already kind of built a business around being like the funny people in golf, and I was like, well, I think I can do that. So I kind of already knew when I was starting that there was potential to grow a business out of this, but it took about a year, and COVID really helped that when we started doing this thing called the Back Off Challenge, where we just roast golfers on tee boxes, and we just did it every day for a couple months straight and put out content every day. And that really helped our page kind of take off.
Before people really knew that, did you have any issues where people didn't find it as funny as maybe you guys did?
There's been a couple cases, but we always ask people, and like, we're not going to, we're big consent guys over here. So, if they don't want to get roasted, we're like, that's fine. You can just go about your day. But most people on the golf course are pretty cool with that.
We've even added it into our annual outing with our partners at Park 60. They send a ventriloquist out who can be a lot dirtier because it's not the comedian talking. Obviously, it's the puppet, and it's one of the things that people look forward to most. But we always give credit to you guys as the originators of the Back Off Challenge. So we appreciate bringing that to the golf world. It means a lot.
That's awesome. That ventriloquist would be super fun. My mom used to actually date. My mom did stand up as well when I was a kid, and she dated a ventriloquist act. He went by Otto and George, and he was probably the dirtiest puppet I've ever and I was 10 years old watching, going to his show.
You might have to bring that back.
He went blue.
Yeah, if you get really bored in your life, if you search on YouTube, a thing called the Telecrappies. It's a parody of the Teletubbies where he plays one of the Teletubbies, and it is with a lack of a better term, just absolutely filthy.
That's awesome.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
Well, let's skip ahead to the Matzah Ball Golf Tournament. Talk a little bit about that. It's mixing comedy, mixing golf. Share a little bit about it with our listeners so they know what that is.
For sure. Well, you guys should come out and play if you guys want, if you're around. But it's probably the most fun thing that I get to do throughout the year, and it stemmed from making some content, like Jewish content in the golf space. I review these Jewish country clubs, and started to kind of build a community. I didn't realize how big it was and how connected people were within the niche of Jews who like to play golf. So in efforts to bring people together, started a tournament called the Matzah Ball, and most holes have a different kind of comedic Jewish activation. So, my mom is out there in a Jewish mother hole, and she's just annoying people. While they hit. I hire a fake moil to cut putts in half. We have a Jewish wedding hole where you break glass. We have a beat the goy hole. We have the bar mitzvah hole, and Manischewitz food truck comes out with pop-up bagels, and it's a fun time.
Sounds incredible.
Amazing. And Green Valley, obviously, like I mentioned, John Cooper is a good friend of ours. He's been on this show multiple times. Coop, the head pro over there, and that's an incredible place, special place. I play in a member guest there every year. Great golf course, one of the most underrated in this area. So what we saw the review of Green Valley. What were your thoughts on the course, and what made you want to come back and host the event there?
Yeah, I mean, the place is awesome, and the staff is really cool.
Yeah.
And I love a good discount. So and a good price to pay, because it's not cheap to put on these tournaments. And it's also the week of the PGA Championship. So tournament's May 11th, Green Valley Country Club in Philly. And there's a couple spots left. So if anybody listening wants to sneak in, it's on Eventbrite or on my social media pages. You can find us.
Monday, May 11th is the date for the tournament. So that was what brought me to you. Like, I ended up meeting you at the PGA show last year, where we exchanged information, hoping to get you on. But the country club reviews just crack me up. I mean, I'm sending them to all my friends, because I have Jewish heritage myself. My dad had a Jewish mother, so I consider myself quarter Jew. So I can just laugh at all the jokes, but it's just phenomenal. Go through how you put those together. Like, you go out and you play. Do you call them up and say, "Hey, I'm Jake Adams. I do that." Like, explain how it all comes about.
Yeah, I mean, I started by doing that, and it kind of snowballed, luckily. So now, clubs will hit me up, or members of the clubs, and I'll go out and just play around with them, and just constantly filming things that catch my eye on the course and in the clubhouse. And then it's all voiceover. So me and my buddy Griff we'll sit down and write a bunch of jokes for it. And
Griff Pippin, the other comedian you got.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Funny guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's one of the great Jewish ghostwriters of our time. He writes all the jokes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we saw you got to play with Jason Kelsey. We in this area, we are a little bit over Kelsey'd. But we're glad that you had that experience with Jason. That was pretty cool. So I'd like to get your thoughts on that, and then we'll talk about the Internet Invitational after that. But how was it playing with Kelsey? How's his game these days?
Well, this was my first Kelsey.
Okay.
So
You'll never forget it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, he's honestly awesome. I was so surprised how just down to earth he is. He just felt like a regular guy. And so he played his game's not bad. Like, he's probably like a 15 handicap, and he swings really hard at it, but he just needs I think he's really passionate about it. So just got to work on the short game a little bit. And he'll I think he'll probably get down to like single digit this year.
Very cool. Well, the Internet Invitational was, to me, one of the greatest things of the in the golf world, right? That happened, and I don't think anyone could have anticipated, the level that went to. You found yourself in a little bit of a controversy right out of the gate with golf sweetheart Paige Sporanic and Roger. It kind of got blown out of proportion a little bit, but talk about that experience with the Internet Invitational and kind of what that did for the game of golf in the YouTube space.
Yeah, man. I was when we were there, we're all kind of knew we had something special. Just watching how it all unfolded and all the drama and like the final round and everything that went on. But I don't think anybody thought it was going to be as big as it ended up being.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to go back this year and have a bit of redemption, because I happen to be on the team with a guy that slept in, so I feel like I didn't quite get a fair shake.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But you patched things up with Roger and Paige, right? Everything's cool there.
Yeah, I don't even know why that was controversy. Like, they were just kind of like, as you do on a course, when we're known for roasting people. So if anybody's able to take it, yeah. And so it's all good. Those guys are awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now you're at the Kentucky Derby this week. Is that right?
Yeah, not a Jewish event.
What's going on? Like, what are you what content are you looking to produce this week?
Nothing crazy. We do this thing called the Chirp Gallery, where we usually do it at golf tournaments, but Kentucky Derby seems pretty ripe for that. And we're just out here with DraftKings this week. They do a bunch of events, and so yeah. Mostly just kind of like a fun week. I've never been to the Derby. I have some friends. We're going to play Valhalla tomorrow. And,
nice.
Just kind of a nice little weekend.
I was there back in 1993, and we were on the infield. I couldn't see one freaking horse. All you saw were the helmets bobbing up and down as the horses went around the track. But it was an awesome event. It was a great time.
Yeah.
I do need to ask you about some local courses here because my husband frequents Boca Ria and High Ridge. And when he comes back, he just never shuts up about the food. The cow tongue just says it's some of the greatest food that he's ever tasted and eaten. So have you been to either of those, reviewed either club?
What was the first one? I know you said High Ridge.
Boca Rio and High Ridge.
Yeah, no,
down here in South Florida.
I actually have not played either one of those courses yet, but I do have actually plans to move to Florida at the end of the year. So
Which part?
Palm Beach.
Oh, perfect. We got to connect then. I'll have you go
Yeah.
with my husband. He's there all the time in those two places he raves about. So we'll have you review both of those, eat some cow tongue, and let us know how it is.
Yeah, High Ridge looks phenomenal. I can't wait to play that place.
He loves that spot.
Now, Jake, are you from Boston originally, correct?
Yeah, from Boston.
How long did you live there?
My whole life until college, until I was 18.
Gotcha. So if you had to pick Boston golf or LA golf?
Boston specifically, I would have to go LA because you have Riv and LACC and Hillcrest and Lakeside. Boston has some good courses, but like TPC Boston or the Country Club, I don't think compares to Riv.
Yeah, no doubt.
Danielle, but I'll take Northeast golf any day of the week in the summer than
well, there you go.
Yeah,
it's a perfect segue.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, if you've watched the show, like you said, it was a life goal to be on here, so you probably already know the question I'm going to ask. We never let a guest go without asking them, what is your favorite Gap Philadelphia area golf course that you've played?
And it could be
aside
Jew
from Green Valley.
Could be Jew or Gentile. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Jew or Gentile.
Probably Cricket Club.
I
haven't played the actual course where they do the tournament or they did Truist, but I played
Militia Hill is
Wissahickon is the one.
Yeah.
Wissahickon is the course they played the tournament on.
Yeah, and then St. Martin's. They have the St. Martin's 9 over.
Maybe I played Militia Hill then, but it was phenomenal. It was like small little clubhouse. It was just for the golf, and great. But I have plans to play when I come for the Matzah Ball to play trout.
Moose got out there.
I played it in the last fall. Honestly, like the clubhouse wasn't built or anything. It is special, like nothing else around here. You're going to really enjoy that for sure. Yeah, this is a hotbed. So I hope you get a chance. And like I mentioned, Legacy Club. Happy to have you out there if you get an extra day over in Cherry Hill. Good, strong Jewish heritage at that course as well. So be in good hands. Well, listen, man, we appreciate it. Make sure you check it out right in our backyard, Green Valley, Matzah Ball Tournament, a couple more spots available. I don't think you'd have a better time other than to swing it and ding it open, of course. But continued success, man. Make sure you check out Jake's YouTube page and really looking forward to seeing what you do out of Green Valley and hope to connect soon.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
You got it. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Swing It and Ding It. Great to have Jake Adams on. And if you've played in the Swing It and Ding It Open and you've been roasted on #1 at Legacy Club, the inspiration came directly from Country Club Adjacent and the Back Off Challenge, which I absolutely love. So good, so good. It's created like a great atmosphere in golf, but love to see it.
His tournament sounds incredible too. So I don't know how much space is left in that, but if you're in the area on the 11th. Try to get a ticket and get out there. It sounds hilarious.
Yeah, check Country Club Adjacent on Instagram. He's got the link on there to the Matzah Ball.
Yeah. At Green Valley. And if you get a chance to play Green Valley, don't pass it up. And it's in phenomenal condition right now too. So, but the Zora Classic, I mean, it was all about the Fitzpatrick brothers going in. And did you guys know they were brothers? I didn't know.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But credit to them for getting the win. A record 31 under 257. They have a 4-stroke lead on the back 9, and it gets really tight. But we talked about it before the show. Alex was kind of like really helping the brother, which I loved. He was carrying the weight. But Matt Fitzpatrick hits a bunker shot on 18. That just was, and it was so cool because they were on the clock because they were falling behind.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they were like a hole behind.
They're on 18. I thought it was on 18 when they hit the bunker shot.
But I'm saying,
the part
leading up to that. So like their shots were like a little bit rushed the past couple holes, but they really had a chance to be like, it was cool the way it was framed. It was like, all right, there's so many options, and the commentators did a good job. Like what's the plan here? Are you going to kind of get this up and roll it out? Or are you going to try to, and man, if he doesn't just hit this beautiful loft bunker shot that hits and spins right to make his brother have the easiest tap in ever to win. Although Alex said he couldn't feel his hands, couldn't feel his legs, and it was the hardest tap in he ever had. But
one footer just
immediately, you get into the next two $20 million no cut events and have tour status until 2028.
Yeah, he's got a tour card now.
PJ tour card, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
and he probably helped someone else out because he was in the top 10 in the DP World Tour. He probably would have earned it that way. So he helps another guy out by bumping up, and now someone else gets in. But yeah, incredible work out of the Fitzpatrick brothers. They had some tough holes in the back, but they held on. It was really cool to see. Really
yeah,
cool
I mean, last week we talked about this leading up. That was my pick, was the Fitzpatrick brothers. And I was looking to take Alex as my player because I've already used Matt. And the stupid one and done league didn't even offer the tournament. That's how much they think about
I thought I missed it.
No, they didn't even offer it. So
He's
I'm thinking I'm going to get Alex, and I get Matt via Alex, and I got nothing.
Wow.
I got nothing. Yeah,
that's disrespectful to the Zurich.
It's a joke. This Splash Sports stinks.
You know who's disrespectful to the Zurich was Brooks Koepka, Shane Lowry.
Oh, horrendous!
Yeah.
You missed a cut in that event.
I mean, they were talking to him like, just want to just grab your trophy on Sunday.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
Yeah.
I tell you, this Shane Lowry, man, you never know what you're going to get with him. You really don't. I mean, he's incredibly talented. He's got some of the best hands in the short game and everything in golf, but you never know what you're going to get with him.
Yeah.
You just don't. He loves Rory. He loves playing with Rory. He probably gets more motivated, playing with his buddy. Yeah. But I really thought that him and Koepka too, despite the hype, would have been a great tandem. And
yeah, they played the same golf ball.
Yeah,
they play the Strixon.
Yeah. And that's important too. Like, not everybody gets it,
sure.
but yeah, like a
the ball,
team format for me is always entertaining. But yeah, when you pick a partner, it's like you want somebody that, you can ham and egg it with pretty well, but also like, if you have to play their ball and it has more spin or a different brand, it's important. It comes down to
they did get some lift clean in place because of the weather.
LCP. Yeah.
But but good tournament. Good job out of them. I don't know if you guys saw Jim Furyk is the captain of the Ryder Cup.
Yeah. I mean, see, this is what happens when Tiger, takes drugs. This is what happens.
Do you think it was all
he would have been him? He would have been the guy. He would have been the guy. He's like best friends with the guy that owns Adair Manor. It would have been like a kind of an honor thing to do it at his place. It was kind of all set up.
I think they know they have no shot and they just burned it. They're just let's just let Furyk go out there and take the loss.
I mean, what about Justin Leonard? Why not Justin Leonard? Give him a shot.
That would be, yeah.
He doesn't really excite me, but I mean,
I guess
from Ryder Cup experience and having that putt,
he's got heritage. He's won a major. I mean, it's just, what has Jim Furyk done more than Justin Leonard to me?
Yeah,
he's won a few more regular tournaments, but
I guess the thought was they went a little bit wild last time with Keegan, and let's just bring it back to steady, right? But like, I don't know, give me Freddie Couples, give me somebody with a little something to talk
Freddie
about.
Couples has been a President's Cup captain several times, but they apparently don't want him. Maybe he's not serious enough to be a Ryder Cup captain. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah. All right, Danielle, spill some tea for us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, just a few highlights on Zurich.
Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. But Max Homa then moved to a sponsor exemption for the Cadillac. Keith Mitchell got a sponsor exemption. Alex Smalley, he got into it via the Aon 5, and Michael
Thorbjornsen.
Thor, just call him.
Let me say that 4 times.
I'm supposed to be the one that messes up names, Daniel.
I know.
Not you.
In the field as first alternate because Cantlay withdrew on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So now the first alternate is Christopher, and then after him is Brooksy, a second alternate. Did you guys see Loud? Was it 2 weeks ago when he was just sitting around
looking at his phone?
Oh yeah, and everyone's like, "That's me waiting around like for tea time to open up at a public course." Like Brooks is just one of us. I thought that was.
And what Cantlay withdrawn for? Seriously, he hasn't done squat. He needs to win. Here's a couple of big guys are withdrawing or already out of the tournament. There's a good chance for him to maybe get a win. I know Scotty's playing and maybe not, but I mean, what's he withdrawing? Because he can't play with Xander?
I didn't see it.
Xander already withdrew. I mean, what's wrong with this dude?
I don't know. He doesn't
Seriously,
give you anything.
nobody likes him. Nobody likes you.
I like
Do
him.
something to
I like
make
him in
us
the Ryder
like
Cup.
you.
I like him in the Ryder Cup. That's it.
He likes himself in the Ryder Cup as long as he's getting paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, on to other T. Live golf update from some pretty strong sources in the golf world saying Live is officially dead. But big drama this week. Live just officially postponed its June New Orleans event. And if we think about just a week ago, we had Scott saying, nope, we're good throughout the end of the season. Nothing's happening. Nothing's being canceled. Supposedly it's just postponed, but it's leaving a huge gap in the schedule from early June to late July. They're talking about possibly moving a smaller fall version. But obviously the big news of Saudi funding being completely done, a lot of people are saying that's the writing on the wall for Live after 2026.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Wrap.
Scott O'Neill is like the Kevin Bacon character in Animal House at the end of Animal House, where the band is like going down the dead end street. Like that's him right now. Like, you know what I'm saying, Moose?
Yeah.
I know you know.
Yeah, he's got to keep it. Yeah,
he's
keep it
got to
positive.
keep it going. But
going.
yeah, they're done.
What's going to happen to the players?
Well, yeah. And so I was doing some research, trying to, crawl around, X and see if I could find anything. And someone's like, I talked to Bryson 5 hours ago. Like, everything's fine, this, that, the other thing. It's like, well, when your paychecks are coming from them, you're not going to say something right now.
Yeah.
Bryson's not going to be the one that comes out and is like, yeah, I haven't gotten paid in the last 2 events. And
now the tour has all the leverage, where before,
Yep.
if they wanted to try to woo some players back, they may have had to make some concessions like they did with Brooks.
Right.
Now they have all the leverage in the world. They got to come crawling back.
There's only 4 or 5 guys they want.
We've talked about this before too, and that we want, and we know that one of them is 1,000,000,000% not Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, well, he'd be Champions Tour at this point anyway, but
which I'd love to see.
I would too. That tour,
yeah.
That tour, if Tiger can get his, physicality and his mentality back,
Phil back.
Phil and Tiger in a Champions Tour event would light the place on fire.
Literally,
but, we know it's Hatton, it's Neiman, it's DeChambeau, it's Rahm,
DJ.
and it's DJ, and then did I say Neiman? Because I want Neiman. Yeah, that's about it.
Me too. Yeah, he's
Cam Smith.
If he,
that's
if he
it.
wants to.
That's it.
So really puts in curiosity the rest of these guys, like i.e. Matt Wolff, guys like that.
Right.
It's like, what do they do then? Do they take the penalty and then come
DP
back?
World Tour.
Is that right where they
go to
go
Europe.
and try to earn their way back? Because what is it? The current
so.
penalty's 1 year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that might be negotiable. Who knows? But I mean, the DP World Tour, I think, is going to end up benefiting with a couple of players.
Makes you think, what insider news that Brooksy knew to be able to get out and get ahead of all of this, and kind of,
Him and Patrick Reed look pretty smart right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, they do.
Yes, sir.
All right, little more tea. Nelly Korda is back to her 2024 dominance mode. I mean, mentally locked in. Super clean golf she's playing. Just I wish I could have a scorecard like that. Was this just a win, or is this statement? She's back. Nelly's back. Best player in women's golf right now. This was the first major of the LPGA season, and one of the most dominant performances in recent years, at least from Nelly. Won wire to wire by 5 shots, 18 under at Memorial Park in Houston. Her 3rd career major, 2nd Chevron title in 3 years. Started the week off back-to-back 65s, which is a new 36-hole scoring record in LPGA major. Closed with 270 on Sunday, and then ended it with a nice little traditional jump into the pond. And Jessica also was there with her all of them. They're like, no, we have to. I mean,
I used to think if I could have anyone's golf swing, it was Fred Couples. I think I've changed my mind.
Cordes.
I think it's Nelly. I think it's Nelly Cordes.
Are you serious? Wow.
I mean, it is just so effortless, and there's just not a wasted motion in that swing.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, she's got long arms. Fred Couples is tight and compact. I can never swing like him.
She just looks like fluid.
It is so effortless. It's so good. It's fun to watch.
Largest margin of victory at this major in 18 years. And Harry, just like you were saying, this win set her back to world number 1 first time since August 2025, and a cool 1.35 mil.
Yeah, Gino Tidikin missed the cut. So as soon as I saw that and I saw Nelly out to the big lead, I'm like, she's going to win, and she's going to vault herself back to number one in the world. And it's great because that's what women's golf. That's what the LPGA needs. They need an American player at the top and just dominating. Like, hopefully this is the things to come for the rest of the year. Maybe she go in some, major like role and just win a couple of majors this year and just, get this sport back into a, sort of a spotlight because, she can do it.
She can.
And she and, Charlie Hall could do it too, because everybody loves watching Charlie Hall and she's great. But to me, Nelly Korda she could be the Tiger Woods of this tour.
Yeah.
And she's got the ability, and people love her.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Fun to watch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this announcement came about a month ago, but I'm just catching wind of it now and did some research on it. That Grant Horvat and the Bryan brothers, they're launching Your Golf Tour. It's a big new creator-led tour with 16 YouTube golfers, multiple events, and a $1 million finale. So it's just testament to that YouTube stars and YouTube golf is just, growing and growing, and they're now betting on themselves instead of waiting to try to earn a spot on the Korn Ferry or PGA, any developed
markets there. The young people love watching it. Good for them.
Grant Horvat, we saw him down at Tequesta, Moose. Remember when we were there? We were playing with Wes.
You see everybody here.
Wes said he could get him on the podcast. That's what he said. Remember?
Yeah.
Hey Siri, remind me in 30 minutes to text Wes.
Then he always looks to negotiate something though. He's a negotiator.
Well,
he's always looking to get something, which I'm happy to provide.
He's a businessman.
He's about that business. Yeah.
Not a businessman.
But Grant Horvat's great. His YouTube channel's great, man. I know a lot of people.
Definitely going to be a source of entertainment. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Have you taken in any more full swing hair?
No, I've been away. And I don't have my Netflix account down here.
I'm saving it. So I'm heading back to Casa de Campo on the 17th. Okay. I like to have stuff I look forward to on the plane. So I have that and the Hulkamania doc.
I saw that pop up. Yeah.
Nice. I like to have something to look forward to on the plane because I don't love flying. So
yeah. Well, upcoming we have the Cadillac Championship at Doral, the Blue Monster. But a few top players are skipping this week, and they're just saying like ongoing discussion about just how busy the schedule is and just kind of needing a break. I mean, think about their schedule and what it was the past few weeks. So I guess, Miami and the Blue Monster isn't it for some guys this week.
Well, yeah. And then you got the Truist the next week, and then you got the PGA.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks later, you got the Memorial, which is another signature event. So it's a really crowded part of the schedule, if you will. Hopefully they get this worked out next year when they start redoing this stuff, because like you said, there's only 17 of the top 25 in the world golf rankings that are at this tournament. Now, of course, Rahm, Reed, Hatton are like, live kind of exclusions, but Bobby McIntyre, Fitz has been playing his rear end off for a month. He needs a break.
Get in there, little brother.
Ludwig Oberg is out. Xander's out. I don't know why. And Rory's out. It's like when Rory wins the Masters, he takes like 2 months off. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah. He was at the White House. He was the king. He was at the King's dinner.
Oh, good.
Donald Trump gave him a shout out during the speech. Nice. So he's living his life right now, man. Rory's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's all the tea I have. Moose, you have anything else?
I have a little extra tea. How about
add to it?
How about the McLaren deal with Justin Rose?
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's not like he's just picking up these clubs. He's been working on the development of them for years. They are locked into his specs.
Right.
Curious to see, because it does take, it takes a little time to work into a set. But, Harry, I have Honda Civic is working with me to design some clubs. Yeah.
I got Volkswagen checking me out right now. But
they have come to market, Harry, and everyone was saying they're going to be $1,000 a club and all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Series 1 and Series 3 just got released today, $375 each. So heavy, but not as heavy as people thought they were. And these F1 nerds are going to all run out and buy these clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rosie's done this before. He changed back in 2019 to a Japanese manufacturer. I think it was Miura. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
So. Yeah.
And he immediately changed and won the Farmers back in 2019, and then went into a tailspin, like couldn't find it for a year and a half and didn't win for like 3 years. Got back to TaylorMade, I believe, and then eventually started winning again. And now he's flipping again from TaylorMade to this. I'm sure what they're probably doing is they're taking his TaylorMade clubs that he likes, the specs, and just redoing them.
Same
That's typically
specs,
what they
just,
do.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works out. But I stayed off of him this week. I know we're going to get to the, I can't take a guy the first week he's playing with new clubs.
Got to say it.
Come on.
Got to say it.
Absolutely. So,
and the other thing I want to talk about was the PGA pros. Harry, we talked about it a bit before we got on, but it's always good to see the local guys stepping up and playing well. So
it is, and our guy Braden Shattuck.
Braden Shattuck is a beast.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he birdied the final 3 holes today. Okay, he was outside the cut line at I think T26 and birdied the final 3 holes, and he's now sitting at T8. He's finished for the day, but he's definitely in. And Michael Block, of course, Blocky Golf is in. Yeah. He's at T10. And I'm just hoping that these couple of these guys back up, because our pal Trevor Bensel is sitting at T21, one stroke out of the PGA Championship.
Oh, man.
So I don't know how
What do they have, 18
more
left?
Well, no, this is the final day. And I'm just waiting. I'm just hoping to see if some of these guys can back up. They might all be done now. It might be finished.
Yeah,
it actually looks like it's finished. So it looks like Trevor finished one shot out of
first alternate hair. That's a first alternate.
Yeah, right. So, but congratulations to Braden Shattuck too. So
yeah,
great stuff.
All right, well, let's talk before we get to Cadillac. Let's just talk about the art golf. Harry, you're in Florida. I really have not played. I'm actually getting out Sunday at the Legacy Club, but I mean, the weather's been crap.
Yeah. That's why
on and off. Have you gotten out much? When did you get down there?
We got down here last Friday, played Saturday, Sunday, me and the wife, with a couple people that we just met down here. Had a great time. Took off. Actually, Monday I played with a couple of guys that I just met down here. Great time. Played like crap in the first 9, but then I got it back. I was hitting shanks, Moose, on the range. I had the worst warm-up session of my life. I'm hitting shanks with a
What's those new
wedge.
McLarens?
Right.
You got to break them in.
I never hit shanks. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, what is happening? So, but I finally got it back and had a pretty decent back 9. But then took the next 2 days off. We were practicing today. I'm going to play tomorrow and Friday. And then we head back Saturday. And I'm playing Sunday at the 1912 Club very early in the morning to get ahead of the gap matches. Because if you play behind the gap matches, you're going to play a 5-hour round.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get out early.
And it's going to be after them.
It's going to be 44 degrees.
I know.
What is happening? It's May.
It's brutal. And it still looks like, I look at the 7-day, it's like, it gets started.
I better warm up for me.
It stinks.
What is going on?
You're going to have to put some clothes on, Danielle.
It's true.
I'll see if I can find a shirt.
Well, the Cadillac Championship, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it a little bit. And I said, Danielle, this is one of the most important course with Harry Mays, right? Oh. Being back at Doral, the Blue Monster, first time in a decade. You got the Gil Hanse review, but let's talk the course with Harry Mays, presented by My Ballz.
Yeah, the Cadillac Championship, Moose. I tell you, this is the 56th tour event that'll be played at Doral. I mean, this was a staple on the tour for years and years and years, and then went away for a while. I was part of the World Golf Championships for a long time too, and then they kind of went by the boards, and then Donald Trump bought it, and he was running for president, so they kind of went away from the place for a while, and now they're back, and it's Trump Doral's Blue Monster, and there's some discrepancy or some like controversy as to why they call it the Blue Monster. I'm like, what? It's because water's blue and water is everywhere on this golf course. It has nothing to do with the blue tees or any of that nonsense. It's water practically on every hole. And like we said, 17 of the top 25 in the world golf rankings are going to be playing in this. It's a Dick Wilson design originally back in 1961. And like you mentioned, moves Gil Hanse, who seems to have his hands on everything, lately came in here in 2014 and redid a lot of the holes. and brought a lot of more water into play on some holes. It's a par 72, and it's long. It's 7,739 yards. One of the longest courses they play on the PGA Tour. 100 bunkers. And like I said, water is everywhere. There's 4 par 5s, 1, 8, 10, and 12. So you start both 9s off with a par 5. And numbers 10 and 12 are well over 600 yards in length. The 4 par 3s, 4, 9, 13, and 15. And 4, 9, and 13 are 216 yards to 236 yards. So 3 really long ones, for these guys. And number 16 is a dogleg left short par 4. It's 370 from the back tee, but they can cut the corner over the water and they can drive it if the wind is right for these guys. So that'll be an exciting finish. You got a shorter par 4 and then 2 long par 4s. The last par 5 is number 12. So the scoring opportunities sort of disappear after that. And if you might be able to score on the short par 4 16th, but the final 2 par 4s are really tough. Tiger Woods has said that 18, if the wind is in your face, is one of the toughest holes you'll ever play on the PGA Tour. That's coming from the GOAT. Wow. So numbers 5, 6, 11, 12, and 13 are the only holes where water really isn't in play for the pros. But it's called Doral because the original owner, was swampland way back in the day in the 50s. And a guy named Alfred Caskell bought it and turned it into a resort and a hotel, and then eventually got the golf course built. His name is Alfred. His wife is Doris. They took from Doris and Al from Alfred and called it Doral. So there you go.
That is some good info there, Harry Mace.
How about that?
It's a very interesting board when you look at this. Obviously a no-cut event. You got the cream of the crop here.
72 players, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You got Scotty at really short at plus 300. And then it goes down to Cam Young at 1,100, Colin Morikawa 1,800, Chris Gotterup, who I took in the one and done. But I mean, there is some major value here, right? Guys way down the board. I'm talking way down the board. Like was that Max Homa at 125, Max Grazerman, Nico, Hoagie is the second to the last, and Brian Campbell is all the way at the bottom.
Nico's been having some tough times here of late, unfortunately. But I really like Adam Scott in a top 10. Like he was the last guy I think to win here back when they were here in 2016, I believe. He's still hitting it a mile. He's playing great. Top 10 for Adam Scott. I like Hideki here at this golf course. And I'm taking Akshay, our boy Akshay. It's near there's going to be palm trees. There's going to be a lot of water. It's near sand. Akshay is on his game. And he won at Bay Hill. He can handle a long golf course with a lot of water. I'm taking Akshay Bhatia and one and done.
Danielle, you were down in that area. Did you do any scouting of the course when you were down in Miami?
Unfortunately, I didn't leave the resort. I did not. I have been to that course though before. Yeah. Brendan played there in a tournament. I think it was on whether it was Webb at the time, Corn Ferry, or a Latin event, something like that. But they played it. It's awesome. The facilities are incredible. We stayed on property. I mean, it's a great experience.
Live Golf was here a year or two.
That was like one of their main events, I think, down there. I think they maybe played 2 or 3 events there through so far, but it's not too far away from here.
Yeah, as I see the line with Betparx here, I like it's a top of the board play for me. Cam Young, 1,100. I like Minwoo Lee.
Yeah, good spot for him.
I really like Jake Knapp, but I know he's got that nagging wrist injury. So, got to see what happens here with him. But I do like him at that number, that 20.
A lot of places like Morikawa this week. Because he hits it straight. I know.
It's a really big driving course, right? It's a
Henley too is another guy that it doesn't hit it a mile, but a lot of people like him.
And Minwoo Lee is actually 4th in total driving when you take in accuracy and distance. That's why I'm liking Minwoo on this course. But all right, we will see. Well, thank you to Jake Adams for joining us. That was a lot of fun. Talk to him. Hope he has a great tournament over at Green Valley. And we'll be back next week as the tour gets closer to coming to our area for the PGA Championship. Got some fun stuff going on that week, and we'll talk to everybody next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.